You never know what's going to come in the door. You never know who's going to come in the door. You never know what they're going to be carrying. You never know what's going to be outside the door or who's going to be outside the door when you show up. Libros Mibros is a nonprofit lending library. What's a nonprofit lending library? We put books into people's hands.
Hello and welcome to LA Times Today. I'm Lisa McCree. Every May, racing fans from around the world flock to the Kentucky Derby to watch the thoroughbreds hit the track.
You know, you think about horse racing in the Kentucky Derby every year, and you see millions of people flock to Kentucky for the Derby, and there's just this really lost piece of history. You don't see a lot of black jockeys in the Derby this day and age, but, you know, just to know that that 15 of the first 28 Kentucky Derby winners were black men, I think that there was just really this lost history.
Dijo mi hijo.
My son said, "I don't care if they fire me from work, I'm going to see my dad." That's what happened.
Así fue.
He just left a letter, and he left. He told me not to worry, that he wouldn't abandon me and he would send money to the kids.
At the age of 97, this champion swimmer is not only breaking barriers, but world records too.
The strength of Maureen Kornfeld is her mind, her personality. She's incredibly bright. Her vocabulary is through the roof. You'd be amazed. One of the great highlights of swimming at the Rose Bowl is to not just swim with Maureen, but then go in the hot tub with her and hear her hold forth on art, politics, music.
Elizabeth Alcaraz is enjoying the fruits of her labor. She went from being a street vendor to being a business owner.
Esta tienda me trae muchos recuerdos.
The store brings back many memories. I always wanted to know what it was like to have a business here in this country. And now that I have my own business, I know I can accomplish another dream.
29 million people watch the Oscars on television this year, but very, very few people get to see the show from backstage, which is a show in itself. One of those is LA Times photographer Outside.
The one that really stands out to me is Lady Gaga and her win and the emotion. It was just so genuine. It was so heartfelt. This is a very, very, very special moment. Like Olivia Colman winning for Best Actress. I was fortunate that I was back there by that jib where Gary got me out to photograph her on stage. And it was, again, so genuine. You could just see it and sense the heartfelt. And she probably did not think she was going to win.
I'm originally from Tlaxiaco. I play the saxophone. My dream is to be a teacher or something like that in a band. What I like most about living here in Tlaxiaco is the culture and roots.
Could O.J. Simpson be guilty? And the cops have mishandled, whether purposely or not purposely, evidence.
Mishandling is different than planting of evidence, and this juror believes that it was planted. He absolutely subscribes to that theory. I don't. There's a majority of people that don't. There's no evidence to that.
Southern California is a melting pot of different cultures, people, and languages. So when LA Times staff writer Esmeralda Bermudez got scolded for speaking Spanish to her own daughter at a park, she was taken aback.
I felt this woman staring at me, and I couldn't understand why. And a few minutes went by, and at some point, you know, when she heard me speak Spanish, she yelled a few feet away. She said, "Speak English, you're confusing the poor girl." She was very upset about this. And I became very upset about it.
If you love architecture, then you've probably heard of the Bob Hope House. Nestled in the hills of Palm Springs, the city's most famous home has been undergoing major renovations.
So basically, what they did was they completely stripped the interior of the house and started fresh, bringing in very simple materials. All the floors are made from this beautiful quartzite that's been put together in sort of a hodgepodge pattern.